Hello and welcome back to Full of a Took. Another amazing night is ahead of us as we discuss Chapter 4 of The Return of the King, the Siege of Gondor. It is a really interesting chapter.
What? Pardon?
I think it's French. Siege. It's a man. Saigi. The Siege of Gondor. It's a chapter we've all been waiting for since last week.
No, a lot of plot points have been leading to this point. Everything ends in Gondor, right?
We've been waiting a long time since the last time we were recording an episode to do the next episode, which is this one. It's going to be a great night filled with twists and turns and climbs and drops and death. That's all I can really say about it. I don't want to spoil it too much, but everybody dies.
It's not the most inaccurate thing he's ever said.
That's fair. Everyone's hope definitely dies.
Mm-hmm. Should I tell them who dies?
No.
I'm going to say it.
No. Don't.
Johnny Rockets.
Why would you do that?
He dies. He dies in it. It's a sad moment.
So next week.
It is now called the Queen of the Rings because the Lord has died.
I feel that's secretly Sauron's fantasy. He wanted Galadriel to be his Queen of the Rings.
That's because his name is Sauron.
Last episode, Theoden and the riders of Rohan rode to Dunharrow, where Arwen was waiting with their people. While the host rested, a messenger from Gondor delivered a red arrow from Denethor. Theoden decided to answer Gondor's call for aid, and 6,000 riders prepared to depart for Minas Tirith. As the host set out for Gondor, Theoden asked Merry to stay behind. Merry was devastated until a mysterious rider offered to bring him along in secret, which he gladly accepted.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of a hard time with the chapters that flop back and forth between settings because it's like, well, it's been 2 weeks since we were last here in Minas Tirith.
Right.
It's almost like the catch-up has nothing to do with what we're about to talk about.
It's normally much more useful.
Right? Like the way it's written in the book. It's like, well, here's what happened last week. And then you're like, well, what the fuck does that have to do with this chapter?
Now we're in a different place.
Now we're going to start off in a different place completely.
You guys are impossible. Do you remember how desperately you wanted to get away from Frodo, Sam, and Gollum for an entire half
I got what I wanted and I regret it. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, how you like them apples? I'll give you something to cry about.
Oh my God.
What I love about book 3 of Two Towers and this first book of Return of the King is that all roads lead to Gondor.
Yes.
And here we fucking are.
Finally.
Oh, fucking yeah, we are.
It's about time. There's been a lot of talk about Gondor and how great it is. And it's nice to see that it is actually a pretty cool place. There's some legitimately really interesting architecture, the way it's designed. I got to be honest, though. The least impressive part of this whole experience in Gondor, we've now been here 2 chapters, is this fucking tree.
Poor dead tree.
It's just, I have this tree in my backyard, and it's, it sucks.
It's very symbolic.
Yeah. So every day I look out my backyard and I go, Gondor.
Oh,
it's gone.
Gondor calls for aid.
Gondor calls for aid. And I shan't be giving it.
If you think about all the symbolism of the old kings and Gondor, maybe like I always am like hopeful, like maybe when Aragorn just steps foot on soil, just start to lift up. It's like he's back.
I think in the case of our backyard, I am the witch king.
Yeah. You're the witch
because I come out back with an axe and I just am like, you're going down today.
You just step in the backyard like it's despair, darkness, chaos.
The squirrels run in fear before you.
Well, I have a good amount of notes. I have 2 pages. I have back to my 40 questions and 40 notes.
Oh, geez.
It's been a while. I haven't had 2 pages in quite a bit. We were finally at the culmination of where the battle is beginning. And it's fucking rad as shit.
Yeah, dude.
Battle for Middle Earth.
Oh, shit, son. It is rad as fuck.
Yeah.
And everyone here is super excited about this. To be back in Minas Tirith, minus whatever complaints you guys have. But but the chapter starts with Gandalf just kind of like kicking Pippin awake again and giving him like nothing for breakfast and saying, I hope you like it. Welcome to the army. And Pippin's like, why did you even bring me here? And Gandalf looks at him and is like, you know goddamn well why I brought you here. It's because I can't trust you on your own. You're here because of the things you did, sir.
He finally brings it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Without saying it, he brings it up. And you're like,
You know what you did. And then Pippin kind of just like puts his pants on and like gets his uniform on and goes to work.
he says, you brought this on yourself.
He did.
But he
Super
really
true.
did.
Super true. When you steal from a wizard, you get trapped in a siege. It's nature's. It's just what happens.
But then he went ahead and offered his own service to the king. It's not like Gandalf made him do that.
No, but sometimes you just got to roll with it, right?
Yeah.
And speaking of which, that is the next thing Pippin does is he goes back to Denethor, and Denethor looks him up and down and says like, I hope you liked everything that you found and you did in my city the other day. And Pippin knows goddamn well he didn't. And he knows that Denethor knows. And without much more, Pippin gets shooed off to the armory to go get, equipped as a proper member of the Tower Guard. Because again, Pippin's part of the like upper echelons of Gondorian military because he swore fealty directly to Denethor, the Lord Steward of Gondor.
Yeah.
So he goes to get dressed like one. And while he's out, he finds his old buddy Baragond.
Wait,
and
is Baragond the kid or is he the adult?
He's the adult. Baragond.
And he has a child as well.
Yes. He
Right?
has
With a
son.
B name.
Another B name.
Yeah.
That's where you're getting
B
confused.
Junior.
B Junior.
Isn't it like
Yeah.
Burgle or Borgle or?
I have no idea. I don't
I kept
remember.
wanting to say.
Meister
I kept wanting to say Boggle. Did anyone play Boggle as a kid?
Oh my God, yeah.
I keep wanting to say Boggle, but that is not
Or
his name.
from the fucking
If only it hadn't been 2 chapters
Miracle on
ago,
34th Street.
I would have remembered.
I got Christmas movies in my head. I don't know why.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I want to say The Princess Bride, but it's the one with David Bowie's crotch in it.
Oh, Labyrinth.
Labyrinth. Yeah, Boggle.
Hoggle.
Hot what? I don't know.
It's Hoggle, but there's a scene where
Who?
David Bowie accidentally calls him dildo. Fun fact. And it made the cut.
Amazing. So just to confirm, Burgle is the kid. Baragond is the adult.
Is the father who decided it was a good idea to leave his son in a city under siege.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Anyway, he and Pippin are up on the wall dodging duty. They see an interesting. Well, they are. They've got places to be.
Just keep hearing dodging duty.
You guys are impossible.
Wasn't me.
It's
Wasn't me.
No, I thought it too, Lord, because he just said about shitting their pants. And now they're
You were picturing
dodging
monkeys
duties.
throwing poops like monkeys.
I can't. No wonder it's such a murky brown day. All right, I'm done.
You're fired. Get out.
I don't even know what to. So anyway, I don't even know what to do, Chris.
The rest of
RJ's
your
broken.
podcast hosts have lost their minds.
I'm crying.
Oh, we just have to get that out of our
Almost clipped me.
Just imagining like Pippin and Baragond doing that.
And so Pippin finds Baragond again. And so, because there's nothing better for them to do, they go up onto the outer wall and they're staring off at the Pelennor fields that surround the city. Out of the sky comes this heart-rending shriek, and they are paralyzed with fear. And when they recover, Baragond is leaning out over the wall. He says, my God, there's Nazgûl circling the plain, like below the level of the wall. They're looking down at this thing happening. And what's going on is there's 5 Nazgûl chasing 4 horsemen. They're riding towards the city out of the murk. And one rider sounds his horn. And Baragond says, my God, that's the call of Faramir. Faramir is out there. So Faramir is finally coming to the city. Because remember, Gandalf was very concerned with where Faramir was, that he hadn't made it back from Ithilien yet. He hadn't made it back from Osgiliath yet. And now the enemy's coming. And now Faramir has arrived.
They were
Almost.
chasing him towards.
Yeah, he is being chased toward the city by Nazgûl. Gandalf rides out on Shadowfax to go meet them and save them from the Nazgûl. Gandalf once again shows that he is magic, and he blasts like this laser of white light out at the Nazgûl, and it drives them off because they are not ready yet. Their captain, their master, is not here to deal with his foe, who is Gandalf.
Yeah, these are like the little underlings.
Yeah, these are the lesser Nazgûl. really there's only like 2 ranks of Nazgûl. You got the boss and then you got the other 8. These are some of the others. So Gandalf basically rescues Faramir and brings him into the city. And then he and Pippin and Faramir all go up to go see Denethor. And you have this like surprisingly cold reception for Faramir because Denethor has not moved almost. Tolkien says he's like an ancient spider.
What's it call him? An old fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, the old bastard.
That's what I would
But
call
it's a very cold welcome for Faramir, who basically just starts giving like a situation report about what's going on out on the border, out on the war front. Talks about his time in Ithilien, talks about the ambush with the Mumak of Harad and the Southerners and all that stuff. And he keeps looking at Pippin and he keeps looking at Gandalf. And Denethor's no dummy. He knows something is up. And Faramir is kind of speaking in half statements and kind of being vague at moments until he gets to a point where he just looks at Pippin and then looks at his father and says, and this is not the first halfling I've seen in Gondor. And Pippin's like, it can only be Frodo and Sam.
Yeah.
And so Pippin is ready to like, oh my God. And Gandalf just gives him a fucking like, shut up look. And Denethor looks at Gandalf and looks at Pippin and looks at Faramir. And Denethor knows exactly what the fuck is going on.
Yep.
He knows this is the halfling. Faramir proceeds to talk about his interactions with Frodo and Sam and Gollum. And the whole time, Pippin is like a puppy just wanting to say something, shaking. He's so excited. And Denethor's watching. And Gandalf is shaking too. But he's trembling. Because Faramir is telling the assembled people there, Faramir is telling them that Frodo and Sam are being led by Gollum to the Morgul Vale, to Cirith Ungol, to that accursed pass.
And he knows what's in that pass.
And Gandalf already knows how fucking bad of an idea that is. And Denethor is furious. He's a smart guy. He can see things. He can understand things. He has a sight and an ability to... He has an insight and an ability to understand things that has already been noted on, right? He's of the old blood of Númenor. He's not royal, but he's not no one. And that comes with the ability to read hearts and read minds almost and like to perceive things. So Denethor in that moment knows exactly what Faramir has done. Because remember, Faramir had the One Ring in his grasp. And he chose, not like his brother who wanted to take it. He chose to let Frodo go on his journey.
Yeah.
And you remember when Faramir said like, yeah, it may be my death, but this is my choice?
Yeah.
Well, now we find out what happens to Faramir. Because Denethor knows that Faramir had the One Ring within his reach. He knows that Faramir let it go. And he knows that Gandalf and Pippin and Faramir are all trying to keep a secret from him.
Oh, and this is not the guy you want to be doing that with.
No.
He's a fucking shithead already.
And you don't want to be locked in his city with him while it's happening. And at the end of all this, Faramir basically says, Father, did I do okay by you? Faramir not realizing the game is up, trying to play it like he hasn't done the things he's really done.
Yeah.
And Denethor blows up. You may think I don't know what's going on, but I see what you've done, my son. I see that you have let go the thing that Boromir would have brought me. And Gandalf was like, no, Boromir would not have brought that to you. Boromir would have taken it. And the man who returned to you, you would not have recognized. Denethor says, well, as his father, I have a slightly different opinion. And we would have locked it in the basement and kept it very safe. And Gandalf again says, like, that's not how this would work on you. It would have eroded your mind. It would have preoccupied everything. It would not have been the wise choice. And Denethor says, well, regardless of what Gandalf the Grey may think of me, I am wise enough to know that there are 2 perils with the One Ring. The first is that you cannot wield it. The second is you cannot give it to a fucking child and send them unescorted directly to our enemy's front door.
That got me mad when I was reading that.
Well, to be fair, from Denethor's point of view, that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
Denethor knows exactly what this is. He knows it's Sauron's ring. He knows it's the One Ring.
Okay.
He knows that Gandalf sent it with 2 children and a naked monster Now to Cirith Ungol, which Denethor also knows is cursed as fuck.
I do love that he knows not to say the ring's name.
Yeah.
Like he's not saying it out loud.
And then he just kind of like shrugs it off. And he's like, well, there's no what ifs. There's no more ifs. What's done is done. Maybe you've handed the enemy the only thing he needs to destroy the entire world. But we're here and we're going to fight. And it's going to be a long fucking day. So why don't you all go get some sleep? And so they leave Denethor. Faramir goes to get some sleep for the first time in a few days. Pippin and Gandalf go back to their apartments. And Gandalf is freaking out. Because one of the things he grilled Faramir about was, when did you find Frodo? When did you release him? How long would it have taken him to get to Cirith Ungol? Because the math Gandalf is doing is, when did the sun go away? And when did Frodo maybe get caught? But he does the math on the days and comes to the conclusion that the darkness, the beginning of the assault, all these things that Mordor is doing were predetermined. These were not the result of Frodo and Sam being captured. He doesn't know what's happened to them, but he's certain that it's got more to do with the fact that Aragorn probably revealed himself in the Palantír.
Yeah, he like fucked
himself.
MacGyver. He figures that out. I almost said MacGyver. I meant to say Inspector Gadgets.
Yeah.
Fucking
Sherlock style.
Still not it.
Yeah. What?
Sherlock.
Sherlock Holmes. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Inspector Gadget. Not the right person.
No.
He just got really weird arms.
His hat just opened up and he flew away.
He opens up a pocket and he's just got the ring. Oh.
A pocket and an arm comes
I was
out.
legitimately impressed by this moment of him being like, oh, I'm going to deduce my way into figuring out that Aragorn revealed himself through the Palantír to, and I also giggled like a little boy for a second when I heard that.
Revealed himself through the Palantír, like, tee.
Sauron's like, what is that?
Is that a brain?
Gandalf already sat on it. Now,
Right.
Sauron's seen it all.
Yeah.
And Sauron's helmet opened up and a little helicopter came out and he flew away.
He's like, I don't need this. I'm done.
And there was a guy with a cat just like the pointy hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it basically, I may not be wrong here.
About what?
When was the last time you watched Inspector Gadget?
1995.
Who was the bad guy?
Dr. Claw.
Dr. Claw
Uh-huh.
had basically a medieval suit claw on his hand
And a cat.
and a cat.
And all you ever saw was the back of the
And
chair.
all you ever saw-
okay,
yeah.
okay. All right, so maybe it was Sauron. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's an interesting theory. Find out next week on Full.
But the important thing is that that's the only plan that keeps them in the game, right? That's the only outcome that says it's still worth fighting. Because if Sauron gets the ring, it's over. Gandalf has said that. And then Pippin raises his hand. He says, follow-up question. Is there any hope for Frodo? And Gandalf pats him on the head and goes, oh, buddy, there was never much hope. Go get some sleep.
Frodo's been dead for weeks.
Yeah.
That's done.
My money's on Sam. And that's the end of another lovely day in Minas Tirith.
Wonderful.
And how bad could things be, Chris?
Great.
No, bad. They could be very bad.
Damn it, wrong. I meant bad.
Bad. Real bad. Next answer. And Denethor had said, like, tomorrow's going to be a bad day. It's going to be bad. Well, he meant Faramir specifically was going to have a bad day because Faramir is being sent to the outer defenses at Osgiliath. Because Denethor refuses to allow Mordor to cross into his country unopposed. There will be a fight. They're not going to win it. They're just going to try to buy some time. And so Faramir takes basically a bunch of volunteers and goes to Osgiliath. And all day, there's nothing. No news comes back. Then at nightfall, a rider comes back and is terrified. And he says, the Witch King has come.
Yes.
The Lord of the Morgul Vale has come. And fear goes before him, and it runs through the garrison. That's all the news they get that day. And another dark night passes. At the next dawn, like terrible, again, no real dawn, just some brown light, refugees start streaming back from the road to the outer defenses, the road to Osgiliath. And they say that Osgiliath has been overrun. Faramir is staying to defend the forts along the road. But Osgiliath is lost. The enemy is over the river. The invasion is here.
after that huff and puff about holding the river, it's lost.
Immediately. They were overwhelmed quickly. There wasn't even a good fight. And again, the message is the Witch King comes. And even just his presence alone is enough to shatter the morale of all our men. And they run in every direction. And Gandalf hears this and says, well, I'm needed somewhere else, guys. Peace, I'm out. And he rides all the way back to the Shire.
Yeah, I was just going to say, this could be taken poorly if you're not the reader.
Right.
If you are actually standing near Gandalf, and they're like, the Witch King is coming, and he's like, Bob?
See ya.
What's that? Yep, I'm on my way. I'll be right there. And like heads out.
Yeah, it just leaves.
He's like, that's so crazy. I just got a call from work. I got to head out of here right now. Good luck. I'll see you guys soon.
Enjoy. It'll be fine. You guys are fine.
No wonder everybody's like, fuck Gandalf.
Right.
We can see with the bird's eye view that he's trying to help, but like, man, what the fuck?
Yeah. But I mean, the only other indication is that he does hop on Shadowfax and he just rides out of the city. And he
see ya.
Now, we know as readers that he's heading to Osgiliath. And that's all good and well. And then we get what Tolkien describes as a mockery of daylight at dawn. Things are getting bleak. Things are bad. And in this shitty light, people from the city can see that the Pelennor wall that encloses the Pelennor fields, the outermost outer wall of the city, there's fires all along it. There's blasts. There's explosions. The wall is being breached.
So just to kind of do a 10-second rundown on this.
Yeah, okay.
There's the 7 layers of Minas Tirith, right? Yeah. Then at the ground floor outside the main gate, there's like fields where they grow their crops and stuff. That's called the Pelennor.
Yes.
And at the end of those fields is another wall.
Yeah, a smaller wall. Like a normal wall.
Like a normal wall, not like a fucking unpenetrable
like
100-foot wall.
Yeah, a regular castle wall.
A castle wall, okay.
Is that the 7th gate or an 8th gate?
That's kind of an 8th. It's a bonus.
Yeah,
it's a bonus.
Because there's probably not like a huge 100-foot gate that opens there. There's probably just like a drawbridge or a simple like stuff. You're in and out and there's guards. So that makes more sense now that you say that, because I missed that when I was reading it, that was going up.
And it's also miles out.
It's miles out.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's far.
Yeah, the closest.
So they're really in the distance seeing these like little fires and explosions.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's just like it's kind of lost in the haze. Because that's the other thing is like normally you have a very clear view from the city. But this brown haze means you can't really tell what's going on in the greater world. You're just getting these like terrified messengers and Nazgûl and all this other shit appearing out of this like brown haze on the horizon.
Yeah, you can't see in that haze.
They're trapped in this city. They are trapped. And the only thing coming out of the dark has been Faramir, 3 guys, a bunch of Nazgûl, and now fire. But hey, you know what? Gandalf does come back. But he comes back with wagons and wagons full of wounded men. The survivors and everyone who could be saved from the fortresses. Because now the fortresses on the road have been abandoned. Faramir has stayed with the rear guard, but everyone else is retreating. And the purpose of Faramir and his rear guard is to stop Mordor from simply overrunning the men who are fleeing. Because that would turn a retreat into a rout. And at that point, all those men could be killed.
It's a route.
A route is
like a paper route.
Yeah.
No.
No?
But with more
I thought for sure I knew the answer to that one. I was like, Laura, you don't know what route is?
They spell it without an E at the end.
Fox.
So I was like, that's
okay,
a new word.
What's a route?
A route is just a disorderly retreat. It's like if somebody yells run and everyone runs in different directions.
Chaos.
Yeah. But
Got
if
it.
somebody says, hey, we're leaving, let's go, and you all get up and you walk away together, one of those is a retreat. Yeah, not a route. One of those is a retreat. One of those is a route. It generally means all order has broken down and everyone's running for their individual lives.
Yeah, you might get stepped on.
You might get stabbed, you might get murdered. Like it's just bad. And it is the death of armies. But like I said, Gandalf has arrived with these wounded people and this news. And when he delivers this news to Denethor, Denethor says, all right, the enemy is here. I'm going to fight them to the end, basically. His resolve is iron. He stands up and he takes off his like old man cape and he's wearing armor underneath. And then he says some crazy shit because apparently he's been sleeping in armor for years as a form of like exercise. So that way, because you don't want to get old and you don't want to get too weak to wear your armor. So now he knows he can wear it everywhere, all day, all the time.
That's kind of intimidating.
It's crazy. It's a thing a crazy man does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Gandalf turns to Denethor and says, like, but you're insane for another reason. Because the enemy has come. And Pippin's like, oh, fuck, the capital E enemy? Sauron, the Dark Lord has come? And
The guy from my call?
Yeah. Oh, no. It's my follow-up call.
You know him say.
And Denethor laughs at him and is like, no. Sauron will not come until the very end. And if he enters this city, it's going to be to laugh over my broken body. But he confirms for everyone in the room that it is Sauron's chief lieutenant, the Witch King of Angmar long ago. Sorcerer, Ringwraith, Lord of the Nazgûl, a spear of terror in the hand of Sauron, the shadow of despair. And so Denethor looks at Gandalf and says, oh, so you've met your match? Is that why you came running back? And Gandalf says, no. It was actually to escort the survivors back so we could save who we can save. Faramir's got this, but he probably don't got this. It's real bad out there. Speaking of which, we should probably figure out some kind of counterpunch, some kind of like sortie, some kind of like cavalry charge out of the, like we should probably get whatever horses we have and get ready so we can do the one thing we can do. And then throughout the day, the survivors of these outer fortresses, of Osgiliath, of all these men who are put on the outermost defenses, these tokens of resistance, come running back, come trickling back in twos and threes, broken, running, screaming, limping, all throughout the day. And they all tell the same story. And behind them, the plain and the horizon are filling with torches, lines of fire. And finally, the main body of the survivors comes into sight. It comes out of the brown haze. It's a column of men marching, not running, marching. This is the retreat. And behind them is a line of horsemen. And this is Faramir and his men, who are a tiny line between the survivors, the city, and the Sea of Mordor. These endless troops, these endless Easterners, the Haradrim, the orcs, all of it. And they pounce on Faramir, and they pounce on the men, and suddenly it's a rout. Suddenly it doesn't look like there are going to be any survivors. They're going to be killed a half a mile from the gate. The Nazgûl come down. They begin, they're shrieking and they're calling, and men are driven mad with fear. And at that moment, Denethor sounds the charge. At that moment, the Knights of Dol Amroth, the Swan Knights, Prince Imrahil of Dol Amroth, charges out of the shadow of the wall of Minas Tirith to the rescue. But ahead of them is one rider on one horse, all in white, just doing crazy shit. It's Gandalf. Gandalf gets there first, and Gandalf again shoots white light at the Nazgûl and drives them off. Because again, the Nazgûl are not ready to face Gandalf. This isn't the battle to them. This is a prelude to what comes when their master arrives, which is bad news for everybody because the Swan Knights hit like a sledgehammer and suddenly Gandalf is among them and the prince is among them, and they turn this rout into a counterattack, and the Nazgûl are gone and the men sort of remember themselves. And so now the Gondorians are fighting back. Now they're attacking the orcs and the Haradrim that have followed them the entire way, killing as many as they can. And they turn it into an absolute charnel house. And they kill everyone they can find, and they retreat into the city successfully. And everybody's cheering, and everybody's having a good time. And the last to come into the city is Prince Imrahil with his victory and his only real prize. And that's that he recovered Faramir from the ground. Wounded, merely trampled to death, would have been hewn to many pieces had they not saved him. But he's not good. He's grievously wounded. And they take him to his father. And when Denethor sees him, something breaks in him. And he has Faramir put in his chambers and in his bed and made comfortable, and Denethor sits with him, and Pippin watches. And outside, everyone who's going to get inside the city slips inside. A few of the guards from the north end of the wall on the border with Rohan, the one that Gandalf and Pippin passed through, they make it in. And because they're the ones closest to Rohan, and they're on the road that the Rohirrim would have to take, everyone's got questions for them. And all they can say is, we've heard nothing of them. We've seen nothing of them. And the hope goes out of a lot of people then at that moment. And they shut the gates to Minas Tirith because no one is coming. So the men of Gondor have abandoned everything outside of the city walls at this moment. And the Pelennor field becomes flooded with orcs and Haradrim and these servants of Sauron. And they set up a sea of tents as far as the eye can see in every direction. They start digging trenches, hemming everyone in that city inside. And as they complete these trenches, fire springs from them. And the city becomes ringed in fire. More orcs come from the road leading to Osgiliath because they've brought catapults. And they build these catapults behind these defensive works. And the people of Gondor they're not really worried about what some stupid catapults can do to the outer walls of mighty Minas Tirith. They laugh. You got to have a lot of balls to laugh at a moment like that. But they find something to take heart in. They say, they've showed up, they brought a knife to a gunfight, maybe this won't be so bad. And someone reminds them that regardless of what weapons Sauron brings, he has the same weapon available to him that every besieger has ever had in history. And that's hunger. Because everyone in that city is everyone who's going to make it inside. And everything that is inside that city is everything that's going to get inside. That means all the food and all the water, that's all they have. And when that runs out, everyone starves. But luckily for us, Tolkien doesn't like a long siege. So they don't wait. They immediately start using these catapults. And they start throwing like fire bombs over the outer wall and they land in the city. They start throwing the heads of the dead into the city. And through some stroke of awful luck, it seems like people keep finding the heads of men they knew. So this is like a horrible psychological weapon.
Trauma!
Yeah, in addition to normal napalm.
Yeah. When they're setting up the catapults and shit, I'm sitting there reading this going, these fucking idiots. Nothing's going to happen. And then it went over and I realized I am a Gondorian.
Yep. In that moment, you're like, but the walls, they're so good.
The walls. But I forgot
walls.
about the ceilings not existing.
Throughout this whole thing, Denethor is sitting broken next to his son's bed. And Pippin's in there with him and says, cheer up, Denethor. Maybe he'll get better. And Denethor just about rips his head off and is like, don't give me this maybe it'll be okay bullshit. You can take that to your fucking wizard buddy and see what hope works for you. Because I sent my son off unblessed, unthanked, needlessly on the task that has clearly nearly killed him. Because Faramir is unconscious. He's burning with a fever. Whatever has hurt him is killing him. He's not died of his wounds yet, but he is dying. And Denethor says, my line has failed. I release you. Do whatever you like. Die where you will. And Pippin says, well, hold up. I'm not quite done with this yet. You can send me away, but I'm not going to consider myself off the team yet.
Also, I don't want to die.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not. That's not my plan. I'll go find out what Gandalf needs. But hopefully, if I die, it'll be back here by your side, defending you to the end. That's a hobbit's promise. And Denethor looks at his dying son, and he looks out the window where all the enemies on Earth have come to kill him. And he looks at Pippin, and he says, do whatever you want. I'm staying here. Tell my servants to come in here and get out.
GTFO.
Yeah. For everything that's happened, Pippin has been sitting with Denethor. But the battle hasn't stopped. Nothing has stopped. They started shooting napalm into the city. They started throwing heads into the city. They started shooting arrows. They've done everything they're doing. And suddenly there's no one to command the city anymore because this Lord Steward he's checked out. He's done. He says, follow who you will. Follow the gray fool. So that leaves only Gandalf. And luckily also Prince Imrahil. And between Gandalf and Prince Imrahil, they run through the garrison. They go from place to place. And where they go, morale rises like a tide. And then when they leave, it falls like the tide. Because the screaming of the Nazgûl is constant now. And it's to the point where strong men are having trouble keeping it together. And everyone else is just breaking down into tears and screaming. And while that's going on, the orcs have come on in mindless hordes. Because they're not trying to take the walls. They're just testing the defenses. They're seeing how many arrows are coming off the wall at them and where they're coming from. These are distractions. They're not meant to amount to anything. The Lord of the Nazgûl is the Black Captain of Mordor. He's the general of Sauron's armies.
Is he a captain or a general?
It's the same. There's only one rank in his army.
All right.
The Black Captain, the general of Sauron.
Yeah.
The lieutenant of the evil.
Yeah, like you're making a joke, but you're also right. Because he's throwing countless orcs, countless southerners, even the Mumacs, even the war elephants with towers on their back. He's throwing them at the impenetrable walls, not to break them, just to distract the defenders and to tire them out. And he is spending lives like they're meaningless. People have been coming to Denethor. His own people have been coming and asking for orders, asking for guidance. And he says, orders, flee back to your own funeral pyre in the first level of the city as it burns. Go, pick where you want to die. I have no orders for you. The West has failed.
This man has checked out.
Yep. Once again, Master Peregrine, I release you.
Go and burn.
Go and burn. Do as you will. My life is broken.
That line, like he basically says, go back and burn. It's almost verbatim. It's written a little differently, but like that is such a powerful line of defeat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It also shows like what a bad leader he is.
Yeah, like just total failure.
Like, I'm just giving up. You guys
Give up.
just go die. I don't know. Yeah.
The man's broken. He's the 26th steward of Gondor. 26 other men have held this ahead of him for a very long time. And he's the guy who failed in the end. But Denethor's last order to his servants is bring my son down to Rathdinnen, to the Silent Street, the road that leads to the tombs of the stewards of Gondor. They're taking Faramir on essentially a funeral procession. And they go past the withered tree, the white tree of Gondor, which has died.
Yeah.
Just dripping water, dead ass tree. Denethor stops and just like wordlessly regards this thing, this symbol of Gondor, this dead fucking tree in a city under siege. And they can hear the battle in the lower city. And he takes a second and he contemplates everything that's brought him to this moment. And I'm sure it does his mental health no good. And then they continue down the road. And they go into the tombs and they put Faramir on this
slab.
Yeah, this marble slab, this tomb top.
Very Moria-like.
Yeah. And then Denethor goes and stands next to him, covers them both with the same cloak. And then Pippin hears him say to his servants, bring me wood and oil for a pyre. There will be no burials. There will be no one to mourn us. There will be nothing left. And Pippin is like, this is bad. He's nuts. We gotta...
He's certifiably lost his fucking mind.
He's off his fucking rocker.
They are both still alive.
Yeah. And Denethor's going to unalive them both with a fire. And so Pippin is like begging these guys on the way by. He's like, you know he's alive, right? Don't bring them fire. Bring him wood, bring him oil. Do not bring them fire. Just chill.
You can't burn without fire.
Right. And then one of the servants says to him, but that's the Lord Steward of Gondor. If he's not in charge, who is? And Pippin's like, if anybody's in charge right now, it's Gandalf. I'm going to go find Gandalf. Again, please don't burn them alive.
Yeah. My God.
And so Pippin takes off into the city. And he bumps past Baragond again. And Baragond's like, what are you doing? Pippin's like, I don't work for you anymore, man. And he runs from one lunatic into actual madness. Because again, the city's burning in the lower levels. And he comes through the final gate into the outermost ring of defenses of the city. In the midst of all these flames, there's a boom and a crash. And Pippin has found Gandalf. standing alone behind the main gate of the city, and Pippin is fucking terrified. And there's a good reason for Pippin to be terrified, because the gate is the only way through. And up to that gate, the enemy has been rolling Grond, hammer of the underworld, a battering ram 100 feet long, dragged by elephants and whatever else you can imagine, and swung by like mountain trolls. And this is the weapon that they have that has crawled through withering arrow fire and rocks and everything that the Gondorians can throw at the people, at the monsters pushing this thing. And every time one falls, another one takes its place. It leaves a trail of corpses in a sea of bodies.
Oh.
And Grond comes to the gate. At that moment, a rider in black crests the hills of bodies outside of Minas Tirith. He rides over the living. His own servants flee in mindless terror before him, because this is it. This is the Lord of Minas Morgul. This is the King of the Nazgûl. And the Witch King has arrived. And he draws his sword. And in this moment, everyone is struck mute with terror. Defenders on the wall, people fighting amongst the fire, orcs, southerners, animals, everything stops. And in this insane silence, he draws his sword and gives a signal, and Grond is drawn back and smashes into the gate of Gondor. And it holds. This is the Lord of the Nazgûl. He's a sorcerer. He stands up in his stirrups and he speaks ancient words, old words, spells to rend the hearts of men and to rend stone. And he screams 3 times. And Grond strikes 3 times. And when Grond strikes that 3rd time, the gate explodes. There's a flash like lightning, and this iron gate explodes inwards. And in rode the Lord of the Nazgûl. And everyone flees. It's just Gandalf and Pippin and Shadowfax.
Yeah.
And Shadowfax is the calmest of all 3 of them.
It means something.
He's the Lord of Horses. He's not going anywhere for
The
nothing.
Lord of Horses is fucking standing his ground.
That's kind of cool, actually.
It's awesome. That's why I'm like, don't forget him.
He's just going to kick this guy in the head when it's all over. But Gandalf says, "You cannot enter here. Go back to the abyss prepared for you. Go back. Fall into the nothingness that awaits you and your master. Go."
Back to New Jersey.
Aww.
Right, and that's almost what he gets back from this. Because the Witch King takes off his hood, and there's nothing underneath. There's just malice and a crown floating where a head would be. And this voice comes out and says, old fool, do you not know your death when you see it? Die now, and let your curses be in vain." And he draws his sword, and it bursts into flame. And Gandalf says nothing. Because at that moment, a rooster crows. Dawn has come. And in that silence that the Witch King has imposed upon an entire battle, they hear horns echoing off the mountainside. The horns of the north. Rohan has come. That's how the chapter ends.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Who's ready for a treat?
We got to discuss a couple things first.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That is honestly one of the craziest chapters we've read in a long time.
Yeah,
I want to
it's a
say
lot.
that it was...
Yeah, so much happened.
It was...
What's wrong with you?
It's real though.
Sorry. RJ just came in hot. Just came in real hot. Yeah, so much happened. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, a lot happened. It was crazy. Why are we laughing? This is a fucking intense chapter.
It's
Yeah.
nuts.
And also, they're throwing the heads of the dead back at them.
Oh my God.
This is like a little PTSD inducing.
It's highly traumatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was reading this being like, good Lord.
Like, how do they stop them from just smashing like a rotten melon?
Yeah.
When they hit.
My note
Well, I guess
was...
rigor mortis set in.
The eyeballs.
Ah,
Yeah, like just think about it. It said that only some of the heads arrived able to be seen.
intact. Yeah.
It did.
The other
And
half
the ones
of the
that
heads,
did like look like they were in agony, like they were mid scream.
yeah, they
Yeah.
were mid-screen.
They
They
screamed the
died
whole
in
time
horrible
over.
pain, and they were misfigured and crushed.
Yeah, that sounds right for somebody who got put through a catapult.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I just thought it was
Absolutely
wild how like they're introducing the concept of terror as a weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like not just scaring people, but I feel like the Nazgûl can almost like cast a terror spell on you.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
like it's not
Mhm, mhm,
just that you're scared, like you are being
He's
manipulated.
a verb. He's terrifying.
Yeah.
All of them
People
are.
just drop their weapons and can't
Yeah.
move because of
How scary he
Where
is.
was Tom Bombadil when we needed him?
Oh my God.
Seriously.
What would Tom Bombadil have done in this moment?
He would have did a little silly dance, made a rhyme.
And then what? Like the Nazgûl like burst into flames?
Yeah, and then he would have went, oh, I'm useless here. Bye-bye!
Well, like no,
He would have
that's-
told everyone not to like be afraid, not to give into their fear. He would have tried to rhyme, King of Angmar with something, and then like done a cartwheel out.
yeah.
Sing a song if you need help, but not now. Bye.
What's the song? Never mind. It's like when Gandalf
It will
rode
come
out.
to you.
Right? No, we joked about this though. Gandalf rode out where he's needed to Osgiliath. Tom Bombadil 100% does the "I'm needed elsewhere" and goes home.
Yeah.
Goldberry
needs me.
These are
Goldberry.
not my concerns.
Oh, my God. Well, listen, we got a lot to talk about. Let's dive right into it.
Did anybody notice that, like, in the very beginning of this chapter, Denethor is described as being like an old patient spider?
Yeah.
I did.
Does that mean he has a big ace?
I don't know, but
It's not, like,
we
hunched
just
over.
learned about Shelob,
Mhm.
and I was like, oh, like, what does he have in common with Shelob? And I don't know. It starts the wheels turning.
It's a big ace.
Like, so to me, that's like, you know how when a dude sits down and he's got his knees wide open, it's like man spreading or whatever it
Yeah.
is. It's like Denethor's doing that in his throne, but also with his arms. So he's like just got limbs everywhere.
I love
And he,
that.
like,
And there's
squats.
just like an extra 4 of them
Yeah.
tacked on.
Well, he's got servants for that.
yeah.
What made me think because it says an old patient spider, and spiders are patient when they're waiting for their prey to come to them. So that's like a really interesting opening with Denethor.
Yeah.
Who is he waiting for? What's he waiting for to happen?
Maybe Sam will stab him.
Gosh, I hope.
Wow. That's not where I thought that was going.
Who cares?
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. He has failed in everything he's tried to do in this chapter.
He
He
had
deserves
a
it.
he had a whole successful career immediately before the opening of this book.
Yeah, well, we weren't there for that.
That's a good point.
Also, he needs a catchphrase. Just like Theoden has his own
Yeah,
catchphrase
yeah.
from our show. We need to come up with one for Denethor.
I agree. One thing that was really interesting to me was the fact that Faramir and Pippin lock eyes early on in the chapter.
Yeah.
And they've never met before,
They've
right?
never met.
Okay.
It came to me in that moment that it totally takes the wind out of his sails
Yeah.
on coming home and being like, guys, you'll never believe what I saw. Hobbits.
And then Pippin's like, what?
yeah, exactly. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing here, dude? Like, it was such an interesting moment. And I just was thinking about like how, like, it's not spoken about, but like in that moment in Faramir's head, there had to have been a weird like mind fuck going on of him being like, another goddamn hobbit. And
Yeah.
also, I arrived late, which means everybody already knows about the hobbit, which means that kills my story about seeing a hobbit out in the wild.
Stole his thunder.
Do you know what's really funny though? If Faramir was thinking about it and he was like, I wonder if they're related. They are related.
That's true. Yeah.
Normally,
think
we
we're
don't
all
ask
related?
Yeah, right? What do you think we're all related? No one's related to Sam.
Yeah.
Aw.
Fuck that guy.
Oh my god.
Well, speaking of hobbits and Faramir, I thought did anyone else notice how eloquently Pippin was thinking about Faramir? I'm going to
He's
read it.
writing poetry.
This was literally inside of Pippin's little hobbit mind.
Smooth brain ass hobbit.
His dotard.
Yeah, Faramir.
Sir.
Faramir was one with an air of high nobility, such as Aragorn at times revealed. Less high, perhaps, yet also less incalculable and remote. One of the kings of men born into a later time, but touched with the wisdom and sadness of the elder race.
Yeah.
I had to read that twice because I was like, Pippin thought that? He knows about the history of the elder race? I was like, what the fuck?
And then,
I
the
guess-
last chapter, Pippin was like, fire truck!
The last one, at the beginning of the chapter, the beginning of the chapter, he's like throwing a tantrum because he had a shitty breakfast
Yeah.
in the middle of war.
Right.
And then he's like thinking this really thought out, eloquent thing. Now, obviously, I know it's Tolkien using him for character exposition,
Pippin thought
but it's a really beautiful thought. I was very impressed by how much Pippin's growing.
Seriously, I mean,
Yeah.
the beginning of the chapter,
Yeah.
literally, he's in the room and Gandalf is like, this is it. This is a siege for the earth as we know it.
Yeah.
All will fail if we do not hold. And Pippin's like,
I have a
I'm
second
still
sausage?"
hungry. When they see each other, just cuts to slow motion and their eyes just lock. And they're like,
Yeah.
Like
You know what it is, though? It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's Mac and Charlie at
Oh
the
my
fancy
God.
restaurant looking at each other
Yes.
through the crowd, back and forth. Anyone who's seen that episode
Yeah.
will understand this look.
Well, like in addition to Pippin's weird insightfulness about Faramir, he also gives a dramatically positive casting of Boromir.
Yes.
Because he says like Boromir was kindly and lordly, which is the nicest thing anyone's ever said about Boromir in 3.5 books.
Yeah.
In this weird moment, Tolkien has chosen to make Pippin this prism through which we get insight. But Faramir's fucking rad.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I really liked that this scene set him up as an amazing leader to his peers.
Right.
His men love him.
Yeah,
like,
and that's
he's
actually
a perfect captain.
Yeah, that's the like ending thought of the thing is that no wonder Aragorn and all these people love him. He was a captain that men would follow and that Pippin would follow, even under the shadow of the Black Wings. So even under the Nazgûl, they're going to follow him.
Yeah, and they do.
It makes me
trust
wonder
him.
about the whole thing with Baragon because I wrote a note in here about being like, what the hell is with Baragon and Faramir and their relationship?
Pippin just describes it and
Because
explains
Baragon
it.
is like literally like, what? Did you say Faramir got hurt?
Yeah.
I am not okay with that. And it's like a weird like lust for Faramir.
Well, no, it's like
So you guys get colored by the fact that you listen to Andy Serkis talk about this because I listened to this episode, and the number of times Andy Serkis is like moaning into his microphone, Faramir, Faramir,
Yeah.
Faramir,
Faramir.
Faramir.
It's almost like an intimate way.
It's wild. There's
Yeah.
a lot of emotion, maybe too much.
Yeah. It reminded me that Baragon perhaps legitimately loved his captain.
yeah.
And hopefully the rest of the company did too. You know,
Yeah.
it wasn't like we only get to meet one of the company.
Yeah, he
They
represents
don't follow them
Yeah,
just because they're
exactly.
ordered to. They follow him out of love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is very rare.
Well, because when he went on his like sort of suicide mission to reinforce Osgiliath, he took volunteers with him. Those guys
Yeah.
didn't have to leave Minas Tirith behind the giant wall, the best wall in Gondor. They went to the ruined city, to the absolute spear tip of the defenses and the fight against Mordor.
Yeah.
Why?
And meanwhile, he's this absolutely beloved captain that all of his men trust and respect and judge. And he is looking desperately for approval from his father.
Yeah.
He just betrayed his father.
How? By letting Frodo go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
He had
he's
strict
still looking
orders.
for approval.
He had strict orders that if you meet anybody who is not part of your army,
Yeah.
Kill them.
kill them or bring them as a hostage prisoner or whatever. And the moment that he's like, oh, you're not the first Hobbit I've seen this week.
But not only that,
Like,
his,
oh, I said too much.
Well,
like,
but not only that, Denethor sent Boromir for the ring. So
Yeah.
then when he found the ring and then let it go, that was that was the bigger offense.
yep.
He did he know that, Denethor? That Boromir tried to take the ring and then
He didn't know he tried to take the ring, but he knew he was there for the ring.
right.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And then his second
He-
son just happens to find himself with the ring
See, this
and
is
lets
this,
it go.
this is
Yeah.
the problem that I have, though, because that does not align with the canon of Book 1, The Fellowship of the Ring.
Which canon?
In what way?
Boromir was not sent for the ring.
Well, not specifically, but he was sent because of the riddle and the dream.
Yeah,
But
which
if he
did
found
not
the
have anything
weapon-
to do with the ring.
No, the dream had everything
Yeah.
to do with the ring, but it was not. They didn't know that before they got to
Yeah.
Imladris, before they got to Rivendell. Boromir didn't know what he was going for. He was going for advice from the wisest person in Middle Earth,
Yeah, absolutely.
and then it turns out that he found the weapon of the enemy.
Get it off of you.
Is it going to bite you? Oh, that's not. No, it's your good hand. Don't let it bite you. Oh, you're terrible at flicking bugs off of you.
It's not my dominant hand.
I've never seen that bug in my life. Why is it in my house?
It's like an ant with a stinger.
Get the possum in here.
Are you kidding
It
me
has a
right
tail. It's like
now?
an ant with a
This thing.
tail.
Your middle finger and your left hand just went pew.
I know. It's not
Maybe
my
it's
dominant
behind her.
hand.
It was
Laura,
behind you.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I see it. It is behind me.
Oh my God, she was right. I thought you were being.
own a fly swatter.
No, because we don't let
Where is
flies
it?
in.
Where is
no
it?
flies come in this home.
Is it on the
It's not a
cabinet?
fly.
Yes.
Ah,
I don't know where
Step on it. It's right there.
did you just break the door?
It's worth
Step
it.
Oh, whatever it is. It's
Did it crunch? Did it scream? Did it have
Dude, that
last
stinger
words?
was that big.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm not
It was
fucking with that.
Whatever the
with
fuck.
that terrible fucking flick.
Just tickle it next time, Jesus.
Yeah, you.
basically what I did.
Laura, you're a terrible pest control expert.
The problem is that Denethor is sending Faramir out to get the ring because apparently he knows about the ring, but it doesn't really line up to Fellowship of the Ring, where Boromir is going to Rivendell because he had this dream and he doesn't really know that the ring exists and all this stuff, and then he finds out about it there. So I don't know if I really believe what's going on here with Denethor. Maybe he's just holding things back, but I also know that he loved Boromir, so I don't think he would have held things back. So I don't know. I feel like there was information that was learned post Boromir leaving
That's what I was going to say.
that, well, that's what I did say.
Well, yeah, no, Denethor is
That's what I was thinking while you were saying that.
but
You must have learned somehow.
But Denethor is a wise and far-seeing man, and so it doesn't take him long to piece everything
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Denethor believes in his bones that Boromir would have done whatever he wanted him to do because he believed that Boromir was the most loyal a son could ever be.
Denethor was absolutely positive Boromir would have brought him the ring. We know now that Boromir had the opportunity to take the ring and did eventually think better of it.
Once that madness broke,
So, yeah, I mean, Denethor was wrong about what his son would do.
No.
yeah,
Yeah.
Me, Faramir?
No.
no,
No, Boromir.
Boromir.
No, Boromir did not think twice about it. He tried to take it, and he failed to take it.
And then when he fell on his face and he had a second to breathe and he realized what he had done,
That's different.
eh,
That's very different. He failed to do so, which is different than Faramir choosing not to do so.
no, that's different than Faramir for sure.
You know?
I feel like he had the opportunity to continue chasing Frodo.
No,
And
he
he
did
chose not to.
because Frodo was invisible.
Oh, yeah.
He did fail, and then he
That's
had a
fair.
change of
And
heart.
then he was left alone and went, oh, well, fuck, what was I doing? Why did I do
Yeah,
that?
I guess that's true.
Which is different.
Yeah.
It would have been more powerful if he actually got a hold of the ring and then he gave it back. But he didn't get that opportunity.
But yeah, and Faramir had the option,
Mm-hmm.
which
Yeah.
is why Faramir is the better man.
Faramir's
Yeah, for
the
sure.
fucking best man.
Because he literally was like, you have the thing that my brother died looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Which, first of all, that doesn't make too much sense, but we'll move on from that. And he chooses to let him go, and also chooses to let him go, knowing that the moment somebody tells his pop, he lets someone go,
He dead.
that's a death
Pop's gonna
sentence.
say, I wish you died instead of Boromir.
Yeah.
And they
so-
did
Which he
say
does. That was a
Off.
brutal scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes.
We understand all this context about Boromir and everything, but Pippin just smooth brains this whole thing and is like, Boromir was real nice to me, except when he was weird in the boat the one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's choosing to see the best in people.
Mm-hmm. So we know Denethor is kind of a dick, especially how he treats his sons so differently. And a little bit later on, he makes this comment about how, well, great lords don't fight themselves. They send others to fight for them.
He's talking to Pippin right now.
Yeah. He says, in fact, they even send their sons to fight for them.
Yeah.
And this is what all great lords do.
That's what all great lords do,
Yep.
bro.
And like the first thing I thought of was Theoden, who absolutely wants to be leading the charge as a lord,
Mm-hmm.
doing his own battles. I'm like, they are so opposite. They're foils to each other.
They are.
It's really interesting.
I'm going to argue on this one.
Yeah?
I'm going
Okay.
to argue. Theoden did the exact same thing.
He did also send
And
his son.
Theodred. Dread?
Yeah, Theodred.
And Theodred
Theodead.
became
Dead.
Theoded.
But he was also under a spell.
But
That's what I was gonna
Theoden did
say.
not know. He was under the spell.
Yep.
So you can't really, he's not really
He
a
wasn't
foe.
himself.
He was drunk when he did that.
Oh, no. Oof. He was
Yeah,
under
I
the
mean,
influence.
guys, when you're drunk, your actions don't matter.
No, he was under the influence of spirits.
Saruman.
Evil.
Yes.
He was possessed.
What was it? Sayuma. Sayura.
Sayuran.
Sayura.
Well, the
Oh,
other
God.
link between Denethor and Theoden that I caught in this chapter,
Mhm.
later, when Denethor sees Faramir all looking pretty dead, and he grows old before Pippin's eyes, which is completely the
Oh.
opposite of what Theoden did after Gandalf.
They hadn't got to glow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. My words exactly.
And and
That
Theoden
was
is
Tolkien's exact line.
and like Theoden's riding out in the world to find someone who's going to kill him. He wants to discover who that person is. And meanwhile, Denethor is like, Denethor's the man who kills Denethor. I'm going to do this
put
now.
me on the pyre. He's obsessed with going out by fire, by the way. He's
Yes.
telling everyone to do it. He's going to do it himself.
A little bit of
What
firebug.
if, just to put this in your brain, what if he only rhymed?
Put me
Denethor?
on the fire. Bring me to the pyre.
Yeah.
And Bill, Tom Bimbo.
What if he was Gondor's Tom Bombadil?
Tom Bombadil knows waiting in the shadows, like, you're so close. A few more rhymes, I can come.
You almost said the words.
he doesn't know it, but he's working on his rescue song.
Yeah.
A few more rhymes and Tom Bombadil will show up.
I just keep getting to that scene in David Bowie's The Labyrinth where all the goblins are in the closet and she's about to say the last line of the poem. They're like, it's like Bombadil's in the corner. Like,
No more rhymes now. I mean it. Anybody want a peanut?
Imagine that the Tom Bombadil does show up, like the Kool-Aid Man just breaks through a wall and everyone's burning. He's, oh yeah, oh no. And it's just Denethor and Faramir burning on a pyre.
oh,
No,
God.
Tom Bombadil bursts through the wall and the orcs just start pouring in after him.
It's not Grond. It's not Grond.
It's Tom Bombadil.
Grond, Tom. That's how you say Tom in Orc. Grond.
And it's not a
Jeez.
poem. It's just the Witch King at the front door rhyming.
Rap
Bird,
battling.
God.
turd, word, herd,
known as having his
furd.
Oh, jeez.
And every time he says a word, Tom kicks the door.
Can I bring something up that,
That got
was
weird.
bothering me about this chapter?
Sure.
No.
There's a phrase used that felt modern to me.
Oh,
Glow up?
It's called the nick of time.
does
And
feel modern.
it was used to describe the riders of the Rohirrim. I think Denethor says, I hope they arrive in the nick of time.
Mm-hmm.
The nick of time. ... That's such an odd phrase to include in Middle Earth. And I thought, you know what? Let me look up the nick of time because that's the name of time, the Bob of time. What does that mean? And so I thought I would pull a Laura here.
Yes.
The idiom, the nick of time, originates from the 16th century.
Oh.
It's derived from the word nick, which means
Nicholas.
a precise notch or cut. These nicks were used as precise markers on tally sticks to record time or scores or transactions. Therefore, acting in the nick of time meant acting at the exact critical moment or precisely on time.
Interesting.
The full phrase, in the nick of time, which we use today, appeared in the 17th century to emphasize the idea of a crucial last-minute action.
Huh.
And that carries a little bit of weight when you apply it to how it's used here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
because there's two things here, right? One is that like you're performing your action at the correct time.
Mhm.
The secondary meaning, which is the important thing, which is why I read the secondary meaning, which is the 17th century meaning, is that at the very last minute you come in and you fucking save the day. You do something that is a crucial action.
Mhm.
And that's exactly what the line is.
Yes.
Now would the coming of Rohan be in the nick of time?
Nice.
Yeah.
So they are not notching time. They are coming in to save the day.
Yep. Last
Yeah.
minute.
So another thing that you brought up that I actually had a note on was that Denethor, when Faramir arrives, like he kind of comes down from this tower. He's like in his tower by himself, and he like doesn't let anybody come with him. He comes down. Faramir arrives, and he like looks older. His face is, I think, is described as death-like.
Mm.
When was the last time that we heard that description of somebody?
A death-like face?
Fae. Aragorn. They say Fae. Yeah.
They did. Yeah, they used the same word.
They used the same word, the same description.
Yeah.
I obviously always pay attention when Fae is on the page.
Obviously.
So now I'm
You got your
wondering,
homeboys lined up.
does Denethor have a Palantír?
What?
Well, I think
Why?
so. Fae.
Because he came with a grim-like face after being alone in his room for several hours
Mm-hmm.
and came out looking aged and death-like and fey.
He saw the future.
The last description that almost word for word you switched the names was Aragorn,
Mm-hmm.
was somebody who stood alone and used a Palantír.
Well, Aragorn is feeling fey because he knows he has to travel the paths of the dead. Right?
No, he's
No.
feeling fey because he showed his sword to Sauron.
They just
I
whipped
thought
it
was
out.
because he knew he had to do the paths of the dead.
No,
Well, that becomes part of it.
that's
but
part of it. But the task was he went head to head through the Palantír with Sauron.
But even Galadriel, when you go back to the first time we see a Palantír, where that her thing's not a Palantír, but it's similar mechanism. Like there's a
The
wait.
mirror?
There's a wait
Mhm.
to see in the future of what may
Oh, I
come,
see.
whatever.
Yeah.
So I see where you're going. I see the
Yeah.
logic
So
that
I
you're.
don't know the answer to this, but my thought is that Denethor has a Palantír. That's my guess.
There were
you think
seven.
he's just up there doom scrolling?
We know Gondor had one. We know Minas Tirith had one.
we know him and
know that
Faramir
for
had
a
the magic
fact.
of the Numenorians. Yeah.
We know that for a fact that there was a Palantír. I don't know if it's still there, but who goes in the middle of a siege and goes, I need to go to my room by myself for a minute, and then comes back after doing that and is the weight of the world is visible upon them.
And then he just
And
gives
then
up.
and he gives up. And the last time that exact description with the same words, the same fucking description, Faye was used, was Aragorn. That's my point.
After he used
it
the
was Colonel
Palantír.
Mustard in the study with the hammer. I got it figured out.
Chris has solved
That's
the riddle.
Honestly, that's rad.
That is really cool.
That's what I think. I don't know.
We
We'll
will
see
not
next
spoil
week,
it for
but
you. We will not spoil it for
I
you.
think that there's a Palantír.
So, Chris, I know you're not a fan of Faramir, but you can't argue that, like,
I love Faramir. What are you talking about?
shut the fuck up. I want to talk about the Prince of Dol Amroth now because I know you can't do anything except yes and this guy. You fucking love him.
He's awesome in this.
Yeah.
I don't know who he is,
He's
but
the,
he's great.
he's the Prince of Dol
He's
Amroth.
Zorro.
Right
But
here.
with
He
a blue
comes in and
banner.
everybody goes, who the fuck is this guy?
Yay, Swan Knights. So Dol Amroth is a portion of Gondor. So when Gondor calls for aid, the Prince of Dol Amroth comes. He's a major lord of Gondor. He shows up with the Swan Knights, who are like this elite unit, and they're the motherfuckers that have been all through this chapter. They're the ones who ride out and save Faramir. They're
Yep.
the ones who are holding the gate when the
VIPs.
Witch King comes.
They're the SWAT team.
They're the fucking boys.
Yeah.
And Prince Imrahil is amazing, dude. He's fucking great.
Is his first name Imrahil or last name Imrahil?
It's both.
Okay. I know it's Prince.
No,
Like,
I'm sorry. No, it is the first name. It's
his first name.
Yeah.
So it's like Prince Ali.
Fabulous he and all the Swan Knights gonna charge save Faramir from the Nazgûl. I can keep going, but I don't want
love
to. God damn it.
I'm so glad you guys ran with that. Dude, I gotta say,
Is he like this at home?
All the time.
It's like I'm on meth all the time. I did not know who the Prince of Dol Amroth was.
Yes.
And I didn't put it together that he was Imrahil, so you just said it right now.
Mhm.
Really?
I thought those were two different people.
Oh.
But don't all me. I'm not a fucking puppy. I just reading this book.
Me too.
To be fair, when I read this, I was falling asleep.
That's a sin.
And I just think that this is an unsung hero of this chapter.
Imrahil and the Princes of Dol Amroth are like old Númenorian blood.
So like Aragorn.
Yeah. And so like Aragorn.
So they're talented.
Yes.
They're faster. They're taller.
Yes.
They're
Yeah.
they're stronger. They don't need as much sleep.
Mhm.
And
They
apparently
They live
emanate
longer.
This greatness.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like they're built different and it
They're
shows.
fabulous.
Yeah, and it shows. Like, and that's the thing. It's like in the way that people perceive them, in the way these guys carry themselves, they are different.
Yeah.
Their lineage does have elvish blood in it. They're from the olden days. They're like this cool throwback that Tolkien puts into like knights in shining armor. That's literally what these guys are. You
Yeah.
can think of them as like King Arthur Jr. almost. And the knights of the these are major name takers and
These
motherfuckers.
are super motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every one of them is a hero.
There's one final thing that we have not talked about, which we have to talk about.
The Black Captain.
Damn right, the Black
Yes.
Captain. This guy is the imminent threat, the looming doom, the coming rumming.
And I feel like
Master.
too, it's like the first real big bad, and
Everyone's just going to ignore that weird thing that Chris just said. Except Chris.
He's really cool though. Like,
no, what Chris did.
I think he's done. Look at him.
That's all
He's
I got.
sweating.
That's all I got.
And he's the first real like badass
Sultan of
villain.
SWAT.
God damn it, Chris.
But no, he's like the first really like big bad villain we get to meet and see that's actually terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, Saruman was like such a disappointment to me.
Yeah.
When he's first introduced, it's like the messengers and the people all gathered around are like, we hear that the Black Captain is leading them once again, and the fear of him alone has passed before him over the river.
Yeah.
So he's already causing chaos, disorder, despair. He's not even physically present.
Yeah.
And it's cool because there's a whole history there. Because
Yeah.
remember, the Nazgûl are the ones who conquered Minas Ithil
Right.
and turned it into Minas Morgul.
right.
And the the king of Angmar of old is a throwback to old Tolkien history to, the northern kingdoms of the Dunedain. You know who destroyed that kingdom?
The King of Angmar.
You got it.
Yeah. And what I love too about like him specifically coming to Gondor is usually a beacon of hope and light and order. And his mere rumor of his presence, he just destroys that. He's the perfect antagonist for this last holding place.
Yeah. It's amazing how when he shows up, everything changes for them.
Right.
And that's independent of the fact that like the government and command and control of Gondor and of Minas Tirith absolutely collapses when Denethor kind of just like loses his mind.
Yeah.
So the fact that this agent of chaos, this agent of darkness and evil is coming at them from one side, and then the defenders of Minas Tirith are almost rotting from within is a whole different problem.
Yeah.
And I think my favorite thing about him is that he really truly embodies fear.
Yeah.
Because then when he finally is physically present and he's like facing off with Gandalf and he flings back his hood, it says that he had a kingly crown, and yet upon no head visible was it set. That's more terrifying than if they describe this gruesome face.
So it's
where
just
you
a
looked into
floating
Well,
crown.
I always
Yeah.
saw it as like just like a shadow.
I think it said there was a flame inside.
Yeah.
You could see the flames of the battlefield through.
It wasn't
was
him.
that it?
It's just he's like transparent, and you just see like the
So it was
corpses.
like Predator.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, but what I love is each of us will sit here and we'll imagine the most terrifying thing our imaginations can come up with, and it'll be the scariest thing that we can come up with, and that's so personal. And because he didn't over describe it, he didn't make it a face. It's a shadowy figure, so we each will come up with our own thing that's going to scare the shit out of us, which is why it works.
He rides over hills of corpses and he drives his servants and slaves before him in madness.
Yeah.
Is how scared they are of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's coming, and these orcs, all they can do is if they can choose between looking backwards where the Witch King is and dying underneath this wall, they're going to Sam themselves into this wall until they're no more.
But you know who's not going to do that? My boy, Shadowfax.
Ooh.
The Lord of Horses.
Just the best boy.
Shadowfax
Aw.
refuses to tremble. He stands his ground. He holds Gandalf, and he says, "Come get some."
I saw
Yeah,
him
he does.
like snort through his nose and like kind of like move his front leg, like his
Yeah.
hoof, like stomp his
Dude,
foot a few times.
I wanted to fucking hug this horse in this
Yeah.
moment. I had so much happiness and pride and joy emanating. Great. Yeah, we already know Gandalf. Gandalf at one moment fought a Balrog. We know he's not afraid to go up against the evilest of evil. So this is now the second time he's standing up to a badass evil guy. I'm less impressed than I was with the Balrog. If Shadowfax was scared, it'd all be for naught. Because he would be like, "You can't, oh fuck," and like the horse would ride off
or go backwards.
and
or,
go backwards,
Or, yeah.
and he'd be like, "Shh, go back to I want to see him." But instead, Shadowfax stands his ground, and it specifically says everything flees the area, flees the field, flees the battlefield, flees to everything. Shadowfax is fast, man. I get it. He's the fastest horse in the world. I get it.
But he looks death in the face and he says, "Not today."
That there's nothing in his blood about him being the most courageous horse, and he proves in that moment that he is. And that to me stood out far more than any action Gandalf did.
Yeah.
That Gandalf truly had an equal by his side, and it was a horse.
That's
What
not a horse thing to do.
What a cool, yeah. I mean, you guys have talked about horses a lot this whole time we've been doing this podcast. And I'm like, hey guys, I don't know shit about horses. I think it's impressive that it didn't fucking run away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
actually.
it saw this mountain of a man walking towards them or sitting on an evil horse or something. And he was like, let's go.
Bring it.
Let's tango, bitch. This is fucking awesome. I love this. I liked Shadowfax, but now I love Shadowfax. That's my last note. That's all I gotta say.
Honestly, you are hyping Shadowfax so hard that like my opinion has changed. Because to me, it was just like it was an interesting plot device. It was how Gandalf gets from point A to point B, and it's like, oh, this is the most noble of all horses. And now it's
He
like,
truly is.
no, this horse is looking from the horse to the Witch King, going like, which one am I going to kick to death first?
Yeah.
Or how
Yeah.
Gandalf inspires trust
And
and
hope.
confidence and hope in the creatures
Yeah.
around him.
And maintains order.
And a fucking horse was like, we can take
We
him.
got this.
We can take him, dude. Me and you. My rider.
I hate to
We
give
can take him.
I hate to give this to him, but do you know who has I think the second best response to a Nazgûl in the entire series that we've seen so far?
Farmer Maggot.
Farmer Maggot.
Oh shit! Okay, third.
No, fuck yourself.
Yeah, no, it's Legolas.
Oh, yeah.
Because the only time
he shoots
Legolas
him down.
has ever seen a Nazgûl, he's been like, I'm gonna kill it.
Yeah.
He shoots at it over the river until
Yeah.
it dies.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, that was bad, but I fixed it.
Yeah.
And like to your point, I'm just thinking now, like when it says Gandalf did not move when, the Black Captain says, "This is my hour. Do you not know death when you see it?" And then his blade like catches on fire. That horse doesn't budge, and the sword just caught it on fire, like right in front of his face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that didn't really hit me to your point. So thank you for sharing that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think Shadowfax is a biter.
He's a bitch. And not like a wimpy bitch, like a tough bitch. Just like, oh, fucking, I'll kill you.
Like, yeah, you're going to the hospital.
Yeah. Listen, last time I went to the hospital, it was very important that I had a treat. Do you have a treat now? Because I might need to go to the hospital.
All right, let's
Oh,
go
Laura,
before
get this man some horse cookies.
Chris has to
Oh
go
my
to the
God.
hospital. All right. In a nod to some funeral pyre business, we're going to go ahead and try to set these bananas on fire.
Oh my God.
Yes, it
does.
There we go.
Oh, I really wish the fire was showing up a little bit better, but
You can't see it.
our bananas Foster is
You
on
can see it in
fire.
person.
Well, that was the most intriguing and dangerous of all the treats we've had so far in this book.
Very
I
live
try.
action.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Let's
mean,
see if it
fuck, it
tastes any
smells fantastic. We have burning. What is it? Tell us what's in it again.
This is bananas Foster over ice cream. So it's cooked bananas with butter and brown sugar and cinnamon.
They're bananas with no parents.
Yep. Much like Faramir.
Aw.
That's just rum. There's so much rum on top.
It's delicious. Really nicely done. I appreciate the fact that you lit it on fire before serving it.
Well, it's a nod to the funeral pyre that Denethor so sorely wants.
So mine, I'm just getting like cinnamon and caramel because I'm assuming mine does not have rum. It's really good. It's really good.
Yeah, it's not. Rum's not good for babies.
That's
Yeah.
what I heard.
Fantastic, Laura. Delicious. This was another fantastic treat. Another amazing food for thought on this wonderful episode. I'm
Ice cream.
surprised that nobody's called out what obviously changed. Nobody. I put a hat on.
God damn it.
Didn't even notice.
Nobody noticed. You mean the same hat you wear every week?
Yeah.
And we didn't notice?
Unbelievable,
Weird.
guys. Unbelievable. Listen.
Absolute Hollywood magic.
What a treasure it's been talking about chapter 4 of The Return of the King with you all. I'm very much looking forward to next week, which is obviously chapter 5 of book 5, which is The Return of the King. What's chapter 5 called?
The Ride of the Rohirrim.
The Ride of the
Yes.
Rohirrim. It's time, baby!
Finally.
Bring all my R's to town.
Rohan, Rohirrim.
I am so excited to see what happens in the next chapter. This was a crazy chapter. It was a cliffhanger chapter. It ended right in the middle of when the shit hit the fan.
No.
It's about to begin.
So we have a crazy chapter coming up for us. The Ride of the Rohirrim is next. We will see you next week on Full of a Took. If you have not subscribed to us, give us a little click button action here. We would really appreciate it. Subscribe to us on our YouTube, on our audio podcast. If you got Spotify, you can watch or listen depending on what fucking mood you're in.
Yeah.
That's a pretty nifty feature. You can look at it or you can just click, you do this button on the side and you turn your phone off and you put it down, it'll play anyway. It's the beauty of Spotify. Unfortunately, Spotify takes all of the money that we make from it. So, it's a bit of a trade-off.
sure do.
But,
you get paid?
Yeah.
No, Spotify does.
This is another great episode of Full of Talk. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you guys for tuning in. And also, give us a follow online on our social media, Full of a Talk Podcast. You'll find us on TikTok. You'll find us on Instagram, on Facebook, any of those things. Give us a follow. And if you know somebody that's into Lord of the Rings and they are interested in rereading it, give us a share. And if you know someone who's never heard of Lord of the Rings, give us a share as well, because we might be the perfect way to get your non-nerdy friends into this.
Yeah.
I'm not a nerd. You see this guy next to me? I'm not like him. And yet I'm here. And you could be too with your friend. And you could be that friend, just like my buddy Pat, who introduces your non-nerdy friend to the amazing world of Lord of the Rings. So anyway, give us a follow, give us a like, and make sure, most of all, you give us a fucking listen.
Yeah.
Tune in next week. We'll see you guys then.